Well, this is your first time ever coming to see. Have you been here before? Who did you come with?
Mom and Daddy.
Mom and Daddy. Okay, I had to make sure. But anyway, folks, we're going to visit the birthplace of Elvis Presley here. And let's check it out. Yeah, I guess, I don't know. Do we want to come in? Wet paint. Oh, well, you stay out here. Yeah, paying tickets. Oh. I took him sit down over there. The two hug up to each other. Come on, hug up to Mama.
I don't got much. Scooch.
Come on in here, Jay. Are y'all having fun?
Yeah.
You having fun, Jay? Tell them where you're at. You're at the birthplace of Elvis Presley. Say that.
Mm-hmm.
You can say he's a real happy camper.
Yep.
What do you say, Mom?
We can leave him here.
We'll leave him here.
Okay.
Hey, I like to be left here. This is a great place. All right, let's do a little more walking around, and we're gonna actually go to the house where Elvis was. I guess it's where he was raised up as a child until his family moved to Memphis. I'm assuming that. We're gonna go check it out. And there's all kind of people here. I'm hearing people from different countries here. It's amazing how many people come to a place like this from all over the world just to see a piece of the history of Elvis Presley. And us, we're just a few miles down the road from it. That's amazing. We know people that even knew Elvis. And I guess that would be an amazing thing to people who are great fans of Elvis. But this is a beautiful place over here, this museum. They wouldn't let us film inside the museum. Wish I could have got some of that stuff. It'd have been interesting, but I guess they want everybody to come and pay the money to come see it themselves, as you know. There's all kind of stuff up here. I don't know what they got going on up here. It's a lot of walking. And, you know, being a fat boy, that's going to be a challenge for me. But we'll check it out and just see what it's about. So there'll be some content on this video. This little quick video we're throwing together. For anybody that might be a Elvis fan here on the J&J Backwoods shop. Let's see what they got here. They have something to do with pavilions. Not a lot of stuff. As you can see, there's somebody up here at the very top of the hill. Some kind of deal going on up here. Some kind of pavilion. I don't know, they might have some kind of concerts up there. Is that the chapel? No. What they were calling the chapel?
No.
Okay, pavilion, reflections. Oh, right here. Pavilions, reflections, becoming. I don't know what that means. Let's go over here to what's called reflections. It don't look like there's nothing here. But we'll walk on over here and check it out. That's where you could probably do some picnics up here. Today would be a beautiful day for that, wouldn't it, Chris?
It would.
Oh, they got bathrooms up here. If you folks want to come check it out, they got plenty of places to take a bathroom break. I'm sure you wanted to know that. Something about reflections over here. I don't know what that's about. It's a beautiful little place. Got these tables here and this nice little pavilion. They got a water feature over here and a pond. That looks cool. I'm gonna show y'all that. This is a beautiful place. There's people right here live right close to where Elvis was raised up. Wouldn't that be a neat thing to be able to say? Fans are invited to pause for a moment of quiet rest amid the beauty of nature. This peaceful garden offers a time to reflect on Elvis' boyhood, the early years of the journey that made him into the amazing man he became. Perhaps reflection on his first 13 years of one's own life will bring to mind families, communities, special individuals, and other early influences that have shaped your life. Dedicated to the Elvis fans worldwide, and I tell you, they're here because we heard them, all different countries. It's amazing how far people would come to something that, from all the way over the side of the earth to come and look at something like this. We're gonna go down here and check this out. Let y'all enjoy the sounds of this. They're doing some kind of work. They're always doing work like on places like this, improving it. I'm sure it's because people come a lot. Hey, I got some bad news. They don't want you swimming over here, JC. No, you can't throw them in. Look here. Let's all ease on down to the home place. Yeah, come on, let's go. Run. These gentlemen doing something here. They're really working on something. We got years here: 1959, 1960. 1961, I don't know, maybe they might not let you in there. I would hope so. We were under the impression that we could go inside this thing. All right. Yeah. You can pause that if you want to. I don't know. Maybe we need to get a refund, Chris. I don't think they're gonna let us go in here. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not seeing that. Please enter through the front door. Hang on just a second. Is this shut off from the public today? Is this shut off from the public today?
No, you have to go on that side of it.
Well, I noticed it was kind of blocked off, so we can go under that taping.
Not right there, no. You're supposed to use the back door.
Use the back door today. Thank you.
How are y'all
Fine.
doing?
First, hello. You don't mind us filming? We're just filming a little bit
Okay,
here.
yeah, you can.
Thank you. Whoa, whoa.
I was gonna see if they were coming, but I don't see any tickets, so I guess not.
Oh, did you give her the tickets?
Oh, JC's got them.
Okay.
Welcome to Elvis Presley's
Okay.
birth house.
Oh, wonderful.
Elvis was born in this house on January 8th, 1935.
1935.
Yeah, his dad and brother built the house on this site
Okay.
in 34. Now, most of the furnishings in the house are not original pieces.
Right.
However, here in the kitchen, this wood-burning stove here,
Yes, ma'am.
and the bricks here,
Right.
and that icebox in the corner.
The icebox is original.
Yes, those are the only original items in
Piece.
here.
Okay, we got the wood stove and the
Yeah.
icebox. Original items. The rest of it's just for.
Yeah, and
Looks.
they're all authentic pieces from the period, but
Right.
they're not original to the house.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, Vernon, Elvis' dad, came down after Elvis' death and gave directions on how to lay out the furniture. So we get to look at how it was when Elvis was
Oh, okay.
a kid here. Well, he was a little over 3 when they moved from this house to another location here in Tupelo.
Okay, so they lived here for up to his 3 years old, and then moved to another
But
location
in
in.
Tupelo, yeah.
Yes, excuse us.
He was thank you so much.
Okay.
He was almost 14 when they moved to Memphis. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Nice to meet you.
You too.
Okay.
Yeah, they didn't have the wallpaper on the walls either. Vernon said when they built the house, they put up newspaper.
Okay. They
On
put
the
a music.
walls.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and you know, a lot of people come through here and say their old family homes they've discovered newspapers underneath.
Exactly.
You know, it was still the 30s, so people still were struggling. So
Right.
just being resourceful.
Absolutely. Well, this is nice.
He also said that when Elvis was a baby, they used a dresser drawer for a crib, and people from all over the world come. In fact, the couple that just left said that their grandparents said the same thing. So
Really?
yes,
Yeah, it's amazing.
it just amazes me that how resourceful people were, and they just didn't miss a beat, just kept on living.
Just kept on going. I guess they really didn't have much choice, did they?
Yeah, exactly. Now in here, the fireplace is original.
Okay.
Now the house did not have electricity, did not have indoor plumbing. How are you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. You guys get tickets?
No.
Oh, they're in the office back there. You can just
Sure.
get them. Yeah, you
Okay.
just go in through that door, up those
Okay.
steps.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
In memory of Lisa Marie,
Yeah,
President of that
somebody
race.
donate that.
Okay.
Yeah. Donate that.
Well, it's not a lot of square footage, but
It's
they
not.
made do. They
Not
made, it was
300.
one. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say it was about 300 square feet.
Right.
Yeah.
So none of these are original, but exactly this is how it was laid out.
Mhm.
Mr. Vernon, he
Yeah.
said that. Okay.
Get out of the way.
Oh man.
I know.
So this house was built by him, Mr. Vernon, and his brother. You
And
said?
his father.
Father.
Yeah, on this site.
Okay.
You know, this is what they called shotgun home.
Right.
You know, and a lot of people that didn't have a lot of means, they were easy for them to make. It didn't have a lot of floor plan. It's just simple, basic plan. You know, you didn't have hallways, you didn't have closets, but you just had a roof.
Yeah. I wonder where they kept their. I guess in
I
dresser
guess so.
drawers and.
Yeah, dresser drawers and things that we call down here shifferobe. I don't know if you guys have heard of that.
Chifferoe, we have.
have.
We have heard of that. Well, I'm. I don't know. Have you ever heard of that? You're from Pennsylvania, so I'm from Alabama, so I've heard of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you would have heard of it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we don't live too far from here. But
okay.
I have to say, I'm 49 years old. It's the first time I ever came over here.
Oh.
Many times past the signs.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I always say, I'm going over there.
Yeah.
And finally made it today.
Good. Cool.
Hey, you're enjoying it, are you not, JC? Yes.
Are you an Elvis fan?
Are you an Elvis fan, JC? We listen to Elvis on Sirius XM, don't we?
Okay.
We do. I've been to Graceland before. You have not been to Graceland?
I'm not.
I thought you said you did.
No.
Okay, well,
So that's another thing to put on the list.
absolutely. Well, ma'am, we appreciate. Well, I noticed. Can you go out to the front porch?
You
and look?
can go to the front porch. The steps are blocked off, but you can.
We're just gonna go out there and look real quick,
yeah,
and then
you can go out there.
Yes, ma'am. And I
And you
thank
can-
you for. Go
You
ahead.
can jump down off the porch, but I don't like to because it's a little steep to me.
A little steep. Is this the original location where this house was, or has it been moved? It was moved
No,
here.
this is the original location.
Look.
Everything is based on the house's location. Now the church was moved to that location.
Okay,
right there.
that's where they were gonna. That's how they had a program over there, right?
Yeah, the last one was at 3.
What do they do in there on that program?
Basically, they do a little presentation, a video presentation. You sit down and the screens come down in front and the sides, and then you do sort of like a virtual church service.
Okay.
And there was a preacher, and at the end, it shows them moving the church back to where it was.
Okay.
They built a new church. So that church was sold to a person who turned it into a 4-bedroom home. And in 2007, the foundation bought it back. And the pulpit in there is the original.
Really,
pulpit.
somebody lived in that home for a
Yeah.
while, and they converted it back to the church.
Mhm.
Well, listen, we appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
And-
I was born in this room on January 8th, 1935. His dad was his dad.
We're gonna go over here to the church. This church, apparently, this must have been a church where he attended at some point in time in his life. It's a nice, cool day today. Shows all the years. Elvis, apparently, he lived in that house only until he was 3, and he moved to another home in here in Tupelo before he went to Memphis. I think it was 14 years old before he actually left. Died in 1977. It's a waterfall feature. Water fountain. Birth 1935. 36, 37, and 48. Years before they moved to Memphis. Actually, I knew a gentleman that told me one time that he remembered Elvis coming into, when he lived in Memphis, coming into some kind of cafe, and he was a delivery boy. He drove a truck. There are a lot of people that, even this area that I live in, around in Alabama, even Alabama, that had personal connections with Elvis. Gentleman, Mr. Hyman from Fayette. I've seen the picture of him and Elvis standing next to each other. I mean, I had no reason to lie. I mean, when they were in the service together, they were both stationed in the same barracks. I believe they were even bunk buddies. I'm not 100% sure about that. Of course, I think they let Elvis live off base. Probably not during the basic training. He probably was with the rest of the soldiers, but when he finally got out of basic, he got to live off of the barracks. You might have to pause for yourself if you want to read that. So, way it was told to us, and you probably heard it, and I'm recapping it again. People lived in this church here, and it was converted to a home, and then this people that run this place here bought it back, and they took it back, brought it back to a church. Let's go over here and kind of get a little look at it. Assembly of God Church. They're having something going on in there. I think we didn't pay for that, so we can't go in there. JC, I want to show you something. Now, back in the day, they didn't have indoor plumbing. So if you wanted to use the bathroom, you had to use this outhouse. Now let's go check that out. Apparently that was probably the original outhouse. Is that what it's saying here? Remember, it's outhouse. It might be not one that he used, but it would have been something similar to that. He talked about in warm months, it was often the home of uninvited guests such as wasps and spiders. Yeah, I could just imagine being in something like this. And a wasp or spider coming at you. I don't think you can see it through this plexiglass. I don't know. Y'all ever used the outhouse? I'm sure some of the older folks did. And there it is. Have you ever used the outhouse?
No.
Why not?
I don't know.
Because you didn't have no need to, right?
No.
My wife's real talkative, but when I turn the camera off, she has a lot to say. Like, when are you going to clean your mess up? When you're going to feed me? When you're going to pick up your junk? She has a lot to say then. Don't you? I'm probably going to get a whooping after I hit the stop button. But anyway, I always stay in trouble. Well, leave your comment down below and tell us what you think about our little day trip here to the wonderful city of Tupelo, Mississippi, to the birthplace of Elvis Presley, a wonderful entertainer, rose to superstardom, as you already know, and put out some wonderful songs. You can't go without any Christmas without hearing Elvis Presley sing, right? Blue Christmas, very well known, and we loved him and still do today. Look how beautiful this place is. Yeah, today, and it's not all that hot, this would be a wonderful day to come to a place like this. Now, come July, you might have a different opinion of that. Wonderful place.